Yeah.
What did you do different this time that you didn't do last time?
Yeah, well, we were clearly better in the contest. I was just looking at the numbers. I hadn't seen them until then, but it's still pretty even, the contest, basically. But last time they were well on top of us in that area, so we evened that out. And then I thought our defence held up really well, particularly early in the game. I thought we came out a little bit rusty, and I thought Melbourne were controlling the game in that first quarter, but our defenders did an outstanding job to nullify and to make sure they didn't have much impact on the scoreboard. So so what we did different from there, I thought at mids, I think we were a bit down in clearance first quarter. We still got rolled in clearance, but a lot of that was late. I thought through the second and third quarter we got back on level pegging in the contest. A bit quiet there, it's okay. And then the defensive pressure was really strong. So it was a good day.
Your third quarter really stepped up the pressure and really got it going for you.
Yeah, no, I probably the second. I was pretty happy with the second as well, and then the third. We started to maintain the pressure and got a little bit of reward. Got that gap on the scoreboard. And then in the last, we were just hanging on a little bit. We lost our shape a couple of times, had a few chances out the back, but obviously, we did enough to hang on.
Are you excited? How do you feel? Another grand final?
Yeah, well, it's great. I mean, really pleased for the girls. I mean, they work, I'm sure all teams are in the same boat, but they just work so hard for such a long period of time. So obviously a short season's getting gradually longer, but they work ridiculously hard through the off-season period, and so for them to get some reward and to obviously to make another grand final is just really pleasing for them.
What's the latest with Chelsea?
Yeah, so we'll wait and see. Doesn't look great, so but we've got to go through all the protocols and hopefully we'll find out in due course. But to lose her early was obviously challenging for the group. I thought they adapted really well. We had players that had to shuffle into slightly unfamiliar positions at various stages, and they all managed that really well. And it was a really good team effort ultimately.
It's obviously going to be a big talking point. So, is she in the protocol now, or?
I honestly have to go and check on that. I basically. The doc, I just said, is she in or out? The doc said she's not going to play today, and basically shifted into, all right, well, how do we win this game? I don't. The short answer is I don't know exactly, but it'll all play out over the next few days.
How is she?
Yeah, she was fine actually. She was obviously she's excited and really up and about for the group. So we'll wait and see.
She's a big presence on the field. Who do you think really stepped up into her shoes?
I coach from ground level, and sometimes I haven't got exactly the best feel for the individual players. I get a pretty good sense of the team-based stuff, but I thought globally, we had a great even contribution. I can remember moments where certain individuals came to the fore, and there was a lot of them. So, I don't think it was any one individual, but I think collectively they obviously were able to cover what was a pretty significant loss.
She's been ruled out with concussion protocols already once.
She has.
Yeah. You said at the time that you were still happy.
Yeah.
Are you still happy?
We'll wait and see. But I thought at the time, let's look after our players, and I guess ultimately that's the position I'd still hold. Their well-being, their welfare is the absolute priority, and this will challenge those assumptions if it heads down that track. So, but ultimately that's probably still where you land. You think let's look after them. They're pretty important people.
When will you know by the end of today?
I don't know. I'll go and catch up with the medicos after this, and we'll work through that.
What's your week look like?
Business as usual. We train Monday, Wednesday, Friday from the start of pre-season till the end, and so we get another week to do that. Obviously, there was a little bit of cramp and so forth at the end, so we'll have to make sure we get our recovery right. But then, it's still right to the line. It's still important to train at the level. Clearly, it won't be long. We probably won't give them a session like we would in the first week of pre-season. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and ready to go.
So if you can play her either end of the ground, she comes out. How do you do that?
Yeah, well, that'll be a good conversation if it plays out that way. Then clearly, we've got a gap to fill. But the pleasing thing from our perspective, and we've spoken about a lot this week, is the strength of the squad. We've played almost our entire squad, and the only player who hasn't played, Montana McKinnon, has probably been the standout player in the SANFL for about a month. But she plays ruck, and it's challenging to fight your way into those positions. So really comfortable that we've got great depth. We've got players there that are ready to step up, and obviously if that plays out, and it may well, then that's going to be a really tough call.
You look at today's performance, mate. Where can you improve? What are you going to do?
Yeah, I thought
different next week.
No, I thought out of the blocks, I thought we were just a little bit sloppy around the contest. Just not quite as sharp as we need to be. Even some of our just basic ground ball technique was just a little bit off. And there's reasons for that. We haven't played for a period of time, so that was always probably understandable. So to get out of that first quarter with a lead, we were really happy with that. We need to tighten that up. And generally we played. I'll have another look at it, but generally we played pretty strong footy from there on. So the defence and the pressure was at the level. Contest came to the level, and offensively, I thought we moved the ball with reasonable, fluidity. It's going to be a pressure game in finals, so it wasn't perfect, but it's not a perfect game.
Big advantage playing here?
I like playing here.
You've got a good record here.
No, clearly, things fell our way at the end of the regular season, but we took that opportunity and earned the home finals. So now we're more than happy to be coming back, and for our members and our supporters to be here today, and then to get the opportunity to come to a grand final again. It's something you can't get in the men's footy, but you can in women's footy. So we've earned the home final, and we really look forward to being here in front of our members and fans.
I mentioned at the last game that we were at one stage a week or two before that you just wanted to make the six.
Yeah.
Are you sort of bewildered a little bit how the season has fallen so well for you?
Yeah, look, in the end, you can sort of get caught up in all the permutations. You play the season, and whoever got the most wins and the best percentage ends up on top. We were lucky, the results fell our way. But equally, we had to take those chances down the stretch, so we did, and it's nice to be here at Adelaide Oval, even though it's a bit windy.
And they took their chances today, mate.
Exactly, yeah. So Melbourne would be frustrated and disappointed because clearly they, as I said, you look at the numbers, there's a very, very even contest, and ultimately we've kicked straight and they haven't. So they'd be clearly disappointed by that. They've had an outstanding season. They won 5 games in a row coming in. They're clearly the form team. They beat us well earlier in the season, so a great season by them, and no doubt they'll be frustrated.
It's such a presence and an inspiration, I guess, on sort of the more mental side. How do you address that if it doesn't go?
Yeah, well, if it plays out that she doesn't get up or she can't play, then clearly we're going to miss her. But she has got a big presence around the group, and I'm sure that she'll be doing everything she can to help the group. So regardless of whether she's in or out.
Looking at your injury, sorry.
Yeah.
So shooting forward to this week.
Yes.
You've got Nikki Gore out.
Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
We had 8 play SANFL last week, and really pleasingly they all played out here, which was great. A great initiative by the SANFL. All of them played strongly, and it was really important to get that game in because there's no SANFL football this week, so they have got a degree of continuity. And they're about to start running now, which they're probably not looking forward to. But yeah, we're relatively healthy, so we're in a good position.
Good job,
Cool.
mate.
Thanks,
Well
guys.
played.
Yeah, cheers, guys.